fire signs, I'm back with another energy update. I am still planning to do this for this week. We'll see how things go for future, but for now I am planning to continue. So this is for fire signs, sun, moon, rising. You can listen for yourself if you're fire sign, sun, moon, rising, or you can listen for someone you are interested to know about, or you are dealing with someone who is a fire sign, sun, moon, rising. The way this works is this is energy channel reading, so it's not astrology or anything. The only reason I use zodiac signs or elements to describe the readings is to divide my collective in manageable groups to make the reading more specific to a smaller group. And the collective here means anyone who's connected with me through any social media. So you're a follower on any of my social media, or if you have been guided to this video on your own through whatever means, then this is for you. And this is timeless, so it is valid whenever you see it. And my best advice to use this video is to keep in mind whatever it is that is the focus for you right now. So maybe something you're dealing with, maybe something you're struggling with, or something you need an answer for, and then keep that context or that perspective in mind while you're listening to the video, and see what clicks for you in this video in regards to that. The way I do the reading is I don't ask anything, so the cards are whatever the spirit wants to say to you guys, and I just give you the message. And however that resonates for you and whatever you take away from it, that's entirely your call. Okay, so let's get started and see what we have for you, fire signs. Okay, we have the first card. Need some context here. Okay, so the main energy that's coming up here is in regards to something you have been working on for potentially a long time, or something significant. So this could be either a project, or maybe you were working towards promotion, or this is your business, or some kind of major investment. So you've been working towards a goal of some sort. Most likely this is financial. It could be a relationship as well, but I'm getting more towards financial or some kind of material goal. But if this is more for a relationship for you, then correlate accordingly. So you've been working towards this thing for a long time, and I'm seeing some frustration here because there's been delay in realizing your goals, or there's been delay in seeing the results, and it just, things are not ideal, things are not looking up, and it's causing a lot of frustration because there's been delays in either getting the profits, delays in getting clients, delay in getting the offer, or delay in being considered for the promotion, or whatever it is that that looks like for you. So yes, there is a delay for sure, and it's understandable why it's frustrating for you. But the message here is not to be hasty, so don't rush. Good things take time sometimes, and I know I'm being really cliche right now, but it is the truth. Just because something is delayed does not mean it's not happening, because there are a number of reasons why it could be delayed. It does not mean that you are not doing your best. It does not mean it will not happen. It does not mean you haven't uh, contributed to the best of your ability. It simply means that you need to have patience. It will take a few more steps, or it will take a little bit more time, and you know, that's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's not how you plan for things, but that's okay. You know, release control on the situation and let things unfold the way they are unfolding, and respond to them to the best of your ability, because things are still happening for you. It's just that it's not going in the way that you predicted, and that's okay. Not everything has to work exactly according to your plans. Things can take a different route and still reach the outcome that you were looking for. So don't be hasty. If by haste it could mean that if you were you know, if you started a business and it's not doing well, and now you're like, oh, maybe I should just close this and jump to something else. No, give it more time. And if it's for the promotion, maybe you're like, you know, I'm just going to give up on this topic because it doesn't look like anybody cares. No, keep pursuing that specific topic. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep creating your visibility. If it's for you know, maybe a sale a sale had to happen and it's delayed, don't worry, it will still happen. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep putting your property or whatever it is on sale out there, and maybe something even better will work out in due time. So this delay is not attached to the value of what you're trying to achieve. It's not because what you're trying to do does not have value, or it's not good enough, or anything around that. It's as in, the message here is that don't attach the delay to value. Now let me translate this with an example. Let's say your business, right? Your business is not thriving the way you expected. You're not getting as many clients as you expected. Then don't attach that delay or that lack of getting the clients to your lack of ability to do the business, or that whatever you are doing, let's say you are making you're making crochet arts. It doesn't mean your crochet art is not of value. It just means it's taking more time to align you to the people who will really value your art. It does not mean what you do is not valuable. It simply means there is more work to be done here to align you to the right people, and you should not give up. So I hope that makes sense, that this is not about your value. This is not about the value of what you do. This is simply a challenge that you need to overcome. That's really it. So, you know, don't attach too much personal narrative to it. Just take it as a challenge and overcome it to the best of your ability. That's really what's coming up here, and it's a transformative path for you, because I have a reverse death card here for you, which means that a transformation is happening and you're overcoming this challenge. So you are actually, the toughest part of this curve has already passed. So things will look better going forward. You know, maybe if you've really had a bad period of business, things will start looking up. Or if you've not been getting feedback at work, things will start looking up, because the reverse death is actually showing us the end of this curve, the end of this energy of struggle, and whatever lesson and transformation had to happen as a result of this curve is already reaching its completion. So now things should start looking up for you, which is a really positive message here overall. And let's see what's more we can see here. Yeah, so there's that keep exploring your options. Now I'll explain that to you. Give me a second. Let me see if there's more before I jump into the explanation. Yeah, keep exploring your options. Don't be married to a specific idea. Now what does that mean? Once again, to, you know, if it's your business, let's say you are focused on doing your business through brick shop only, like a physical shop. Try exploring online options, or opposite, if you're only doing online, try doing local. Or, you know, when I gave the example of promotion, maybe the specific position you're eyeing for where there's a roadblock and nothing seems to be happening, maybe that is being created for you because there is another position in another department that you may not be aware of, which seems like a much better opportunity. So start looking, exploring. Don't be married to the specific idea. For example, if you are eyeing for this position X, don't be married to the idea of being in position X only. Look around, there's other opportunities. Same way with business. If you are married to the idea of doing business online only, explore local as well, because there's opportunities there. So there is a call here to not be too hung up on the methods through which you do the work or whatever it is you're doing, and be open to exploring more ways of doing the same, of reaching the same result. Basically, if you have to go from point A to B, don't be fixated on only a specific path from going A to B. Try to explore more ways of doing the same thing if it can be done in a different way. So if we are talking about investment, maybe you can change the type of investment you are doing. Or if we are talking about sale, maybe instead of working with this specific dealer or company, you can change a different company. So I'm just throwing out ideas out here because this is for multiple people. It can be career also, it can be promotion also, it can be investments also, it can be a relationship also. So I have to keep the guidance a little broad, but correlate to your situation. What it's really saying is the transformation has mostly happened, so things should look up now, things should get better now. So don't get hasty, don't get impatient. Things are still working out for you. This is just a hurdle in the path. It does not mean that whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to create, whatever you're trying to present is not valuable. And then the second message here is to be open to exploring more ways of doing the same thing and not be hung up on specific ways of doing things which are not working. Another example of this is, let's say you have to go from one part of the city to the other part of the city, and there's a bridge there, and you are hung up on the idea of using that bridge to go to the other part of the city. And there's another road that goes to the city, and it usually takes 15 minutes extra. But today the bridge is completely overcrowded and blocked, so it's taking more time than that other detour. And if you were to take the detour, you will reach the other side faster. But because you are hung up on the idea of using the bridge, you're now stuck in traffic. So I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes when we're really stuck on an idea which is not working, we can lose the perspective to brainstorm different ways of doing things. So that's really what it's trying to say here, that there's not only one way of achieving your goal, of achieving your result. Take a step back and see what's not working and evaluate that specific thing, and maybe see if you can do the same thing in a different way. If you can work with different people, or if you can present different ideas, or if you can if you can use a different product, etc., etc., etc. Whatever is the applicable logic in your situation, right? What else? So I think that's the main message here. We're getting at the end of the reading, but there is a couple of other things. Okay, so one is that don't worry too much about temporary failures or temporary setbacks. Things happen. That's part of the curve. That's part of the learning of how you overcome things. So don't get too hung up on like stock market, right? If there's a day crash, don't be hung up on that. Because you're investing for 5 years, right? So have that bird's eye view of your path and how this whatever work you're doing relates to your overall goal in the long term. So don't be too worried about short-term setbacks, short-term losses, short-term things not working out the way you anticipated. Now I'm not saying ignore them altogether. I'm just saying, like, don't be too much like oh, this happened, then it's the end of the world, right? Just keep a broad perspective to um, handle things in a pragmatic manner, looking at the future and how this sets into that path wherever you are headed in the future, right? So keep that perspective, that broad view of where you're going in the future. Same with relationships. If something happens today, keep into perspective, like this relationship is hopefully for a lifetime. So how that one thing is that one thing that happened today, is that really so significant that it's worth compromising that lifetime's relationship over? So having that perspective of the long run, right? um, that's the message here, to keep things into perspective and not be too hung up on the short term side of things. um, Second thing is, try your best not to operate from ego. More specifically, trying to one up people, or trying to be competitive in a way that hurts other people. This is something, and once again, this is not like you may be consciously doing it, but this is what society teaches us to be competitive in a very harmful way, where we are taught that in order for me to grow, in order for me to be first, I have to push someone back, and then I can be the one who is successful. But success doesn't work like that. You can be successful, and the person next to you can be successful as well. So that's really what it's saying, that you don't need to be vengeful towards other people or competitive in a way that's harmful to other people in order to be successful yourself. So having that awareness to not get too much into the ego, and display this kind of behaviors where we are subconsciously or consciously putting others down or pulling them back for the sake of our personal benefit. So working as a community where I'm successful and you're successful and the person next to you is successful is always the best way to go. So that, having that awareness. And then finally, the last message here is that remember who you are. You are the star of your story. You are the star of your movie, right? So don't forget that anything that happens, it's all character development, if you think about it in a way of the movie, right? If you are the main star of your movie and things are happening, challenges are happening, delays are happening, blah blah blah, this is all character development. This is all happening for your benefit. It's not happening to punish you. It's not happening to set you back. It's happening for your development. It's happening to set the stage higher for you. It's happening for leveling you up to even greater heights. So when we have that awareness that the world is not against us, when we have that awareness that the universe is not against us, it really helps us to align with the universe in a way where the universe can support us, as opposed to us feeling vindicated that someone out there is trying to sabotage us or whatever. Especially if you have I'm not sure if anybody who's atheist would be watching this video, but I have sort of atheist background, so I can really understand this. When we are from religious background, where some kind of religious conditioning did a lot of damage to us growing up, we can have this mindset growing up where it really feels like the universe or God or spirit and whatever the power is against us, is trying to punish us and trying to do all these bad things to us because we're not living life according to some rules or whatever. There can be that kind of conditioning as well. So that can actively hamper our ability to connect with the universe and making sure that we can leverage the frequency of the vibration for our benefit. So shifting out of that mindset, That world is not against you. People are not against you. Universe is not against you. Nobody is against you. Because if you go out there in the world looking for somebody who's against you, you will find those people. And if you go out there in the world looking for support, looking for love, looking for friends, looking for community, you will find them as well. So it depends on what you're going out there in the world to look for. Whatever you're looking for, you will find it. If you're looking for the bad, you will find it. If you're looking for the good, you will find it. What matters is what choice do you make? What are you looking for? What you're aligning yourself to. So don't feel like things are working against you, because you're the star of this movie. They're not working against you, they're working for you. And how you will use all these events that are happening for your character development, that's really the message here. How you can see the positive side of things, not toxic positivity, but just having that awareness that yes, this is ultimately benefiting me in this way, right? So yeah, that's the message here. That's the end of the reading, fire signs. I hope it was helpful, and if you if something clicked for you, I would highly recommend journaling it now so that you can remember it for later while things are fresh. And I will see you 2 weeks from now. Okay, bye now.